again. It's me, and I'm here, obviously, of course, with my child. My children are in the background. This is my good friend, Danielle. She is due with twins anytime now. In fact, she was having contractions in the chair. It was kind of funny. Anyway, I'm just priming her eyelids with the concealer. I'm using the NARS concealer. And then I grabbed a palette. It's called the Solar Palette from Pacifica, actually, which is just like a natural brand that you can find in Target and Walmart and other places like that. Anyway, I'm just picking up the a really dark brown shade from that. I'm doing a brown smoky eye on her. And then I pick up a lighter brown shade and just pop that in the socket of her eye. And then I'm blending that lighter shade kind of upward and outward to give her eye a little bit of a lift. And then I went underneath with some of that lighter brown. Actually, I chose a different brown from a different matte color brown from a different palette. That was just kind of a neutral brown. And then I pick up a really dark shade from CoverGirl palette, just a darker brownish, almost black, and just lined her eyelids with them, just the upper eyelids with that. And I went ahead and did some shade matching, and again I used the RC May palette. That foundation is just really good. I love it to death, and it just seems to work really well on most people. Anyway, so there I just kind of pop it on. To use that foundation, I mix it on the back of my hand. And I do that because these are very heavy wax-based kind of foundation, and it really needs the warmth of your skin to kind of warm it up and melt it out. So that's why you see me grabbing product from the back of my hand, is because that's what I was doing. Then I just used a sponge. It was a dry sponge. It wasn't even wet, not wrung out, nothing like that. Just picked up some more of that RC May stuff. And in areas where she needed that little extra coverage, I spot treated with both the sponge, and then for the smaller areas that needed a lot of concentrate, I used this brush here that I just kind of tapped on there. Then I picked up one of my retoucher pens, which is basically just a different kind of concealer, a different color of concealer. And I just went over and spot did other areas that needed a little bit more, and then I did a little bit her under eye with the concealer. But yeah, she was pretty fortunate. She does not have very dark under eye circles. So it was, she didn't need a lot of coverage under there, which is fantastic. The less you can put under your eye, the absolute better, because then you won't get any creasing. You can't crease where there's no product. So yeah, then I'm just kind of touching up around her face. As you can see, she has a really gorgeous face. Any discoloration she had was very slight. And then I picked up my palette from Charlotte Tilbury and grabbed the blushes in there. You combine the two of them and then you pop them on. And I'm literally just stippling that onto her cheeks so I don't move any of the foundation around underneath. And then I grabbed some from the same palette, the Charlotte Tilbury 5-Minute Face. I picked up just a touch of a contour color. I did not want very harsh or strong lines. This is kind of a more natural look. Then I went over those lines with the same brush I used to apply her foundation. And that's just a trick to kind of help blend everything in so it looks very smooth and seamless. Then from that same Charlotte Tilbury palette, I picked up the highlighting shade and just kind of did her eyebrows. Her brow bone, blah. Then I picked up some gel eyebrow stuff and just ran them through her eyebrows. Here I'm just lining her lower waterline with a NYX Wonder pencil in the lightest shade. It just does wonders, especially when you're doing like a smoky eye and it's a daytime look. So then I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Pillow Talk. Seriously, if you don't have this lip liner and you like ever wear lip liner, like at all, like even just once, you need to have this in your life. It looks good on every single person, and it looks so natural and so real. Then I grabbed a lip gloss. I grabbed a lip gloss intentionally because it has a lot of properties like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like chapstick, but very hydrating properties, that particular one. And her lips were quite chapped, so I didn't want to put any like a lipstick on her lips because it was just going to chap and crease. So I popped that over it, and then I'm actually going to go over it again with a nude, with like more of an opaque nude gloss to to get the look I want, because with this look I want her to have more nude lips. Anyway, then I'm just doing mascara, obviously, as you can see, and I'm using I don't know, I think that's Neutrogena or something like that. It's called Butterfly Express. I actually really like this mascara. It really seems to pop up, on everybody. And it's super cheap. You can get it, and you can get it from anywhere. So yay for that. Then I just went in with a spoolie just to kind of perfect, each individual eyelash there, so there's no clumping or anything like that, because I didn't want chunky. So there's that nude color that I was going for her lips. And then I blotted it with a tissue, and then I reapplied. So it's kind of a nifty little trick. I know it sounds weird, but if you blot with tissue a little bit and then you go back over it again, it's like, I don't know why, but for some reason it just has a ton more staying power. Then I picked up my brush and I put some of that contour color on and contoured her nose a tiny bit. And then here I picked up some bronzer from, what is that company? You can get it at Fred Meyer. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, it's a really great bronzer. Then I picked up Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is in shade, I think it's called shade 1, and just kind of powdered one of the areas that needed more full coverage. So this is the end result look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye.